But now I'd like to introduce you to our last team of today's competition, Team RX from Weddington High School, including Evan, Drew, Drake, and Luke. They've been close friends since middle school, and they met through their profound love of STEM. They've noticed a prevalent problem in their local community and have set out to solve medication misuse. Now, let's see Team RX present MedMinder. Do we have another mic that we could utilize?
Good morning.
We are Team RX.
And we're here today to talk to you about our app, MedMinder. Do me a favor. Raise your hand if you or someone you know has ever taken a prescription medication. So, most of you. In fact, if we ask the US right now, 131 million people would raise their hand. Now, raise your hand if you or someone you know has ever missed a dose of prescription medication. Take a look around. Clearly, this is a common occurrence and you are not alone. The CDC did a study and found that 50% of people fail to take medication correctly, leading to 30 to 50% of chronic disease treatment to end in failure. This problem consequently causes 125,000 deaths in the US every single year. We interviewed a professional in our area, Dr. Vaughn, and she said, "My patients forget to take their medication all the time. I wish there was an easier way I could remind them." Medication misuse is very common in elderly communities as well, as 90% of older individuals take medication every single day. They do this to improve their quality of life. Grandparents especially play a very important role in our family, providing wealth of wisdom, love, and support. But this is not just a problem that affects the individual. This is a nationwide crisis, as it causes $300 billion in avoidable damage to the U.S. healthcare system every single year. That can take away resources from those who might be more in need. Coming to the root of the problem, there are multiple issues, such as not understanding directions, forgetfulness, juggling multiple medications, and unpleasant side effects.
Luckily, we have created a solution, MedMinder. Our app tackles each of these issues. When it comes to not understanding directions, MedMinder can read and intelligently interpret them for you. When it comes to forgetfulness, our app will send notifications to remind you to take your medication. As for juggling multiple prescriptions, our app supports adding as many as you need. To handle unpleasant side effects, our app uses one of the country's most trusted data sets, Drug Bank Online. This database, and the help of the FDA, MedMinder will flag drug interactions with harmful side effects. As you can see, MedMinder is not just any other ordinary app. You use your phone's camera in order to scan prescription labels, and it'll plug in the information for you. Something that no other app from pharmacies such as CVS can do. If you don't want to scan in information, you can just enter it in manually or orally. That's not all. To make sure that our app reaches a diverse group of people, también puedes encontrar nuestra aplicación en español. That means that our app can also be used in Spanish. Other features include a light and dark mode.
Now, let's get into a demo of the app. To begin the onboarding process, you will need to first allow 2 permissions. Then, you'll be greeted with the home page. The home page will be empty until you add your first prescription. So let's go ahead and do that. Click on the Add page, and then click on the Scan Prescription button. And using your phone's camera, follow the indicated steps. The information will be automatically entered in using your phone's camera. Note that if this information is somewhat incorrect, you can always edit it manually if need be. Once this is done, you can click the Next button and set what times you want to take your medication. In this case, we'll take it at bedtime and breakfast time. Now, you can click Next and verify the information on screen and click Submit. Congratulations! Your first prescription has now been submitted and notifications are already scheduled. You can get notifications for taking medication as well as when to refill your medication. If you need to, you can always go back and manually adjust any data like a change of time. When you enter your prescription, if you get a dialog saying that the prescription is not found in the database, this is okay and can be ignored. But note that drug interaction and a description will not be provided. You can also set up your medication using voice commands. To do this, head back to the ad page and click on prescription voice recognition. Follow directions on screen by saying the name of the drug, the quantity of the drug, and the specific prescription directions. All the information will be automatically entered in as the voice recognition feature picks up on multiple keywords like the number of the prescription and specific instructions. Once this is done, you can verify the information, edit it if need be, and click next to set your time. Now we'll take our prescription at, let's say, bedtime. Once it's done, verify the information and click submit. If you get an alert about a drug interaction, like on screen, this means that there's a possible drug interaction with your medication that should be addressed. Also note that your specific bedtime or breakfast times can be set to whatever you would like to accommodate your schedule and medication. So we'll change our breakfast time to 7 a.m. In the demo, if you click back to the home page, you can click on the drug metoprolol tartrate to view important information about it, such as the general information and drug interaction. You can set reminders and instructions for several medications and delete any of them when reminders are no longer needed. Additional features, as previously stated, include dark mode, automatic font scaling, and native support for Spanish.
How does the app works? When the user wants to add a prescription, they either use the most camera with OCR or voice recognition, which uses text. In both cases, the data will be fed into our own algorithm, which processes the text, which will return the name, directions, and quantity of medication. The user will then need to choose a time so to be reminded. For example, it can be breakfast, dinner, bedtime, or something entirely custom. The final step will then gather this data and present it to you. If the user wants to submit or reach out to our custom self-post of REST API to get the description and interactions. It will then check for interactions. If one is found, it will present to the user. If not, it will save the prescription to our own local database where it can be seen or deleted from the home page. We plan to continue developing our app in the future. For example, we can have support for more languages besides English and Spanish. This will allow more people to use our apps. We also plan to add connectivity to pharmacies such as CVS and Walgreens. This would make it easier to refill as well as get your prescriptions, streamlining the entire process. We also plan to add a trained large language model to help assist the user with manage prescriptions as well as anything else they might need. And finally, we plan to add a feature where family members and or loved ones can monitor your progress and adherence with your medication.
Wrapping it up. Stay on top of your meds with MedMinder. Meds on time, every time.
Judges, what are your questions for Team RX?
So, great job on identifying such a big need, because we all raise our hands, I think, for your questions. What is the reminder and notification? Is it just visual? Is it an alarm? What are the options for notification?
So, when we use notifications, we make sure to use the highest priority. You can set the priority and do it like during the switch on that. And we set the highest priority. So you could use digital vibration right now. It will sound if needed. Or on Android, you kind of feature where it will flash a flashlight when you get a notification such as this. So I think that would make it very clear to the user when you see the notifications.
What if you miss it? What if you get a reminder, but I'm like, I'm busy, I'm not going to take it?
So yeah, that was one thing that I think we're planning a bit more time. That maybe so like those alarms that annoy you when you don't actually like. Maybe I can reach like that. If you had more time on something you definitely think about. I think that would really nag you to get it done.
Got it.
Could you talk about how you built your app?
Yeah, I can definitely start off with that. We started Flutter. We originally tried a couple of different ways to do it, but we ended on Flutter using Android Studio to create an emulator with it, and that was kind of the basis of how we got going.
Other questions? Seems like you've thought a lot about accessibility, so screens and language, which is fantastic. I'm thinking about your elder population and your ability to enter their prescriptions easily. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so that's why we have the camera, as well as you can enter it in orally. So basically, you can just speech to text. So you can just say like enter like 90 minutes. So you're just gonna put in the prescription either by scanning it or orally. So that's how.
Can you all talk a little bit about the testing that you did once you finished the development?
So we tested our app using pharmacy drugs like I stated before, Medipro, Tartrate. We use the app, we use our phone to kind of scan it, see how the camera works with it. And we definitely had to make some improvements along the way as it wasn't perfect on the first time. But after continuously iterating our developments, we were able to implement both our camera and voice recognition.
You mentioned that this was unique technology and that you looked at CVS and Walgreens. What do they have now?
So right now, so you can Walgreens have it on business like this, but the problem is they're very restricted. They only work on their pharmacy. Obviously, that's capital if they want you to use our products. But ours works on no matter what you have because it just scans directions itself. It doesn't actually interact with the pharmacies. Like it doesn't actually interact with like the brand.
So a really big one for us was communication because we're a group built up of a lot of different skill sets. That's kind of how we designed our group, from people with skills at presenting to very good coding skills, and all of us love STEM obviously. But our biggest challenge was finding a way where no matter what the topic of discussion was for the day, we all had an opinion that was important and all had an opinion that was weighted, and we could kind of take our unique perspectives and build our app using everyone's opinion, having value to it, and being able to build a balanced app between all of our perspectives.
I can also add on to that. It's as well as the communication because we all are in school, right? So we have extracurriculars and jobs to handle with. So we had to figure out a way to effectively communicate and meet up and get the project done.
We have about a minute left. Any other questions?
On the interaction of drugs that you did that, I don't know if I'm clear, how are you importing that data? Where is the data coming from?
So we import the data from a resource called DrugBank, which is where we take the data and we implement it into our app. So if the general information and the drug interactions presented on screen come from that database, which is sourced, obviously.
Yeah, so we were in communication with DrugBank, and we had to actually acquire the license to get that. It's an academic license to get that database. Also, we, like I said, we made a custom self-hosted recipe. Hard to say. That is secure and private because we code it ourselves. So no extra data gets like leaked out or anything. It just kept to us, or not to us, but just thrown away.
Where did you host the API and the database?
I get hosted student account, so we use DigitalOcean.
We are out of time. Thank you.